Alright, let's get started. We're going to be playing Her Story today, a full motion video game by Sam Barlow, not Sam Raimi, but Sam Barlow, who's made games that we played on stream, such as Immortality, which is another type of, another full motion video game. We'll see how much it has evolved. I believe this was his first full FMV game. Let's roll. Let's see. This one is over several interviews. A woman is questioned related to a murder. Enter to access archive footage. Murder. She's the only footage you have of murder. Like, doesn't that seem a little odd? Your database at this police interviews, and you search the word murder. She's the only one you've interviewed ever? Well, at least since the system has existed. What's this clock? Search history, settings, video subtitles, anti-glare filter. Oh. CRT filter or no CRT filter? This is pretty dramatic. Let's try the CRT filter for a little bit. Yes, I don't believe the police are involved in quite that level of activity here, Cogswell, unlike Immortality, where there be some things going on, and many times we need to increment the NC counter for movie party. Double count. Instant file access. Oh, we have a whole 232 megabytes of local storage used. It's in the rubbish bin. Hack.nfo. Mirror game. What is this system called? Cornerstone. Give me the clock. Okay, we got a clock. How do I launch Cornerstone from the desktop? I don't see it. Cancel. So if I close that, it just goes away. There's no minimize. DB checker. One volume missing. This is why we don't have any other videos. Check the hack file. Brew hack. Oh, G-hack. Mirror game. HSoft. CyberGhost the Legend. You've never seen us XXX. Packager the Illusionist. One of the mums here. Classic 2-player strategy for lunchtime gaming. Enjoy. Pixel art of a face. Cracks with class. Any hidden messages in the side text or the ASCII art? Nope. Really read me. Hey, here's the database I filled. Oh, here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in '97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time. SB. Okay, so SB is here. Read me. Introduction to Logic Database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The Logic Database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner in which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be a more valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains the footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. ASR? Auto sort. I don't know. Each statement has been Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the contents of the testimony is attached to each clip. I hope it's doing a better job than my automatic one, which I assume is getting most of the words. Wait, are you not running? No, it's where it's running. There it goes. To retrieve a clip, type in a word, robbery, into the search field. Click search, and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. Oh, okay. To narrow search, use multiple words, a robbery supermarket. If you're working from a printed transcript, you could even be more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. Use inverted commas? To store a clip for later reference, you click Add to Session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags to your own to help future searches, please click on the User Tags box and type in your desired tags. For any further assistance, please contact your department's IT representative. Oh, no, that's a log off button. Mirror game. It's a two-player game. I'm playing against myself. Close. Huh. Alright, well now we can start looking at things. Stuff, but also we can search for party. Oh, look at that. We got 2 new clips by searching party. Alright, let's go to murder. 11 seconds.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay. This is not a click to see what you're doing.
That's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
February. Clip D163 .a.mpeg. Shit.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person. I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Huh. I didn't murder Simon. What if we search for... I murdered... Nope. No confession. $271 entries. All right. I want to know if that would work. Now we know. Probably aren't hidden files unless we have to like rebuild the database at some point. This game has a mini game of me going and looking for drives to rebuild the RAID array. We're quitting.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
All right, lawyer stories. Am I comma separating these? Because enter selects it. Is it space separated? Stories. Now if we search for, oh, lawyer. Well, she says lawyer there and story. So we need to test it differently. We need to say, bruh. Bruh. Okay, okay, so it's just space separated. That can stay. Whatever.
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
Hey, Steve. How are you doing this fine Thursday? Hope you're having a good one. Set up a raid the other day. Hopefully for not as a backup, but you know, uptime. Gotta get that uptime. Trying to think of how I don't use raids I don't use a lot of raid arrays anymore for personal use. Yeah, they're just other storage solutions I just use now. And then have backups. I don't really need the uptime for personal use. Salvaged an old NAS from work, basically use it as a fancy external hard drive. Nice. Well, I guess if you have a hardware, well, I don't trust hardware hardware NAS quite as much as I used to when I was young. Too much hassle. Software is always my choice. But an old NAS box is solid. Low wattage. Raid 0 plus 0 speed. All the speed. Stripe them all. Keep striping. What was this? Laugh. Minced meat. Arrest. Is this gonna end up like Immortality, where my organization is way more than I needed? I could just click through and solve most of it, or get most of the things to get an ending. I'm not really. I don't know if it was the full ending.
Yes, I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer.
No lawyer.
Yes. Yes. No lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for?
Never talk to the police. They're not out for the good of you or thing. They're there to improve their key performance metrics. Those KPIs. So we got minced. Only that one. Meat. Arrest.
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Too fast? Too furious? Would it... Right. I'm typing words that are already in the search term, so this is not a helpful thing to do. Am I supposed to look at the video?
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get
Eye
something.
roll?
Ran out of something, had to grab something.
Glass of water?
I sometimes drive too fast.
Married?
If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Ring. Ring. Left hand?
Like I said.
What am I actually supposed to be tagging here? I keep
something.
tagging just part of the words that are said, which is not a helpful thing to do.
Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. This is a nice of them. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them.
Her ring is not on here.
This is a nice of them. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them.
No ring.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
You arrest someone that does not exist. Ah. I could shift the game over if I knew it wasn't going to have the sides at any point. Although I'm not really blocking anything other than mirror game, which apparently I can drag. So here, now I live in the corner alone. Lock. Any hidden icons? No? Simon. 61, limited access to the first access limited to the first 5 entries. Oh, I didn't realize that's how this worked. Were there more than 5 somewhere else? No, rest was 5.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work, mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
Okay.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde
Propane
hair.
and propane accessories.
He's clean shaven.
That's what he could be doing. Instead he's doing these artistic things.
Ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome.
Does she have a ring on? She does.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, you know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
Play the game.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes.
He got a regular pub he goes to.
Peter said Simon had been...
Not the Winston, but it'll do.
Simon
Dang it,
isn't
Bobby.
the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Okay. The Rock. Or do I have to put quotes? The Rock. Nope. Inverted commas. Rock. Whatever.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since.
That's our local. That's all you need to say.
This morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Why are they saved as clips?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went.
Can't see if she has a ring on.
So many things could have gone wrong.
Because when did she stop wearing the ring? Is the question. Is that a different shirt? Oh, there are time things. So this is 94. Oh, 30. This is 5 days before that, and the first report was 7 days before that. Presumably this isn't going to be like Immortality, where the time codec could actually matter.
No, no one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from the Rock.
The plumber, you say? Plumbert. Can I clear searches? I cannot. They're immortalized forever. Only mention of a plumber. Mother. 9 entries.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out
This
of
is
the window.
9 days after first report.
She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Are you getting ink blot tested here? The fuck is this?
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window.
Is it supposed to be she's projecting onto it?
She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out. It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born.
Oh.
Mother Gothel,
Okay.
a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Okay.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby.
For adoption?
We were going to call her Sarah.
Or worse?
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Why? What's wrong with symmetry? There's music playing in the background. Is that an important clip? Or does this not work like, Are there game options? No, there are not. Do you have your ring on here? Does this help me see?
I would have been a good
No,
mother.
it's still VCR looking.
I was young, but I would have been a good mother.
Is this the game where
She was a girl, by the way.
I remember one of these full
We were
motion
going to call
video
her
games.
Sarah.
The creators
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana.
played the
but I
clips
didn't want her to have a
through
symmetrical name.
VCRs and then re-recorded them to get that VCR look. It's an authentic VCR look. I wasn't paying attention to this one.
I would have been a good mother.
Oh, right.
I was young, but I would have...
We already listened to that one before I started messing with settings. The only settings we have. This is a month. No!
My mother called me Eve.
No, it's not a whole month. It's a couple of weeks later.
My mother called me Eve.
Her name is Eve?
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story? It's a real-life fairy tale.
So fairy tales are now a recurring motif, as well as adoption. Ava. Nana. Eve. 7.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was
Wait, your
also
mother
my
called you
favorite
Eve?
voice, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this like Garrick describing his best friend as Elam?
And I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown.
Uh-huh, that's how to not be friends with someone.
But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after.
So if she's Eva, then that would be suicide? Or is it killing a part of yourself and not full? Well, whatever. Feels like it's the whole Elam and Garrick thing.
Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him.
Who's we?
The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
So I'm supposed to believe that your close friend Eve from you were kids got blamed for that whole thing. And they shrugged it off, or because you are Eve and they didn't just shrug it off, or they gave up in trying to deal with it, or I mean, it's not going to be split personality. That's probably not where this story is going. It would be a wild thing for a parent to ignore. Is like, she thinks she's two people. Her name is Hannah.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Oh, no one's in the room. The fuck did you just tap out? Give me a Morse code list. Morse code alphabet. Okay.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Damn it, that doesn't pause. Is there no pause? There's no pause.
Talking about Eve.
So 1, 2, 3 is S. Long. Long and 3 short is one short. Or one long is T. So we start with 1, 2, 3, 1. Was that 1, 2? Two short is I. 4 short is H. Five is long. 5 taps is just 5. Okay, so we're already not at a word. Because what I have thus far is STIH5. Too short is M. Or, I'm sorry, too long is M. And that's another 5. So it's 4 again. Four. Okay. We got M5H5. STIH5M5H5. Well, that doesn't spell anything, nor can it be unjumbled in anything. 5 minutes, 5 hour, no. Uh-huh. I... H5, M5, H5... STI H5 M5 H5. I don't know what that means. And Anna? How did you spell your name? Hann. Hannah. 18 entries.
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Why is it not symmetrical? Because there's the letter capitalized? But... Oh, because A's are not symmetrical. If you capitalize it, it would be symmetrical, right? No. N. Flip it over. Oh, N. N doesn't work. Okay.
My name is Hannah. Hann.
Those symmetries come up with names more than once here.
It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea.
What do you have against mirrors?
Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Gladstone. Okay. So things I want to search for. I need to start making a list of that too. I'm gonna want to search for Gladstone, palindrome, symmetrical. Can I copy paste? No, the station is, or the software's cornerstone. You lived at Gladstone. Really not relevant. Palindrome.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit.
Wait, so Simon's famous?
Interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
What?
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure
Okay,
chance.
so you sing on
Not sure I remember what he was even doing there.
somewhere.
Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking.
Presumably not the loud singer, but maybe.
I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was.
You usually call a loud singer a show? That's more of a performance. But then again, English.
He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him.
Someone
It was
is married.
amazing
Was it
to be
Simon?
able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Recognize you from the from what? Is there a list? Can I read? Add to session. Sure.
I had a drink at the bar and he came over. Obviously, I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness.
The likeness.
Guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me.
Are we actually going down the route of
I enjoyed talking to
two
him.
personalities? One is Eva and one is
It
Hannah.
was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. Awake.
Seen all symmetrical. Married. 12.
He's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Wait, did you say when she worked?
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
Huh.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
Okay.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive-aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything. I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
Okay, so shotgun wedding. Shotgun.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Bridesmaid. Is it? We're gonna say Eve? Nope. Okay, Okay, why did I save this one? Oh, show.
He saw me
Singing. Work. Where do you work?
a mobile phone. Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaciers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
1994 mobile phone for work. A brick. something you'd use for self-defense.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier.
Cavalier.
And a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked on the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back. No. I'm not sure what strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful.
Okay. Singing.
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings.
Oh, she's the lounge singer.
Enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since.
Well, she was at some point.
I haven't put down any roots.
Uh-huh.
I don't exist.
So, same actor or actress, whichever you want to say, and either split personality or two separate people who look the same, who both have palindrome names, though I suspect only one of them has a... No, none of them would be symmetrical. Eve would not be symmetrical either.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was.
Vulva.
And again the next week. He offered
A heck of a name.
I told them I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
So is this Simon thought he was cheating on his wife with someone that looked exactly like his wife? Or Simon knows his wife well enough to be like, this is what the other personality of my wife thinks she's doing, and it's just like, this is fine. Even though it's kind of not. But,
Nothing else happened that night. The next meal, I told him I got chips and ate them. He asked me to.
Beach. Beach. Nope. Show. Bar. Like, it would be a weird thing to encounter your wife singing, someone who looks exactly like your wife singing at a bar when you go have a local pub that you're known at, so you wander to a different pub. But if it's your wife who's singing at the bar, or if the other personality of your wife singing at your local pub, I suppose it's morally okay. It's emotional cheating.
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference?
He has the tattoo. The other one kept talking about a tattoo.
He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Oxford.
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Huh. Would like to tag you with tattoo.
I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
Pregnant again? I'm sorry. Eve is pregnant. Let's. I'll try to pretend that these aren't the same person. Hold up. The alignment. I shouldn't have adjusted the first one. Now I have to align them all. There you go. They're still not aligned. Ah! They're aligned horizontally, though. Keep going. Pray. And... Is this why psychiatrist gets involved in the when she's wearing orange? Because they're just like, we're talking to the same person who thinks they're two different people.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
So she's not... Is she wearing the ring here? No.
He saw me singing. One
Okay.
of my shows.
What was the previous search? Whoops. Where we saw some amount bar. Any shot of you wearing the ring by any chance? No.
So I moved out.
Though there could
Got
be
a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion.
a line. Hard
I
to
was
say.
singing in a bar in the evenings.
Not enough. There aren't enough
So I
pixels.
had some-
Calm yourself, Discord bot. Not Discord bot. Calm yourself, House of Grudge bot.
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Now, supposedly both women who presumably both are different women, presumably have met
It's
Simon
Rapunzel.
or are carrying Simon's, or I guess we don't really know if the second one it's Simon, but it certainly sounds like it's supposed to be.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out.
Good
It was
guy.
fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
You're building an alibi in Glasgow. Alibi. So we have to look up Oxford.
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing, in Oxford. It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
What? That's escalated quickly from the previous clips we've seen thus far.
It was supposed to be
So
a
she
secret.
knows that he was cheating.
Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
You're saying you were there. You cheated his expenses, not cheated on you. I lost it. I had a thought for how I should tag this one because this seems important. Lied. Hot. And the other one was Glasgow. How do you spell Glasgow?
When I arrived in Glasgow,
You know what I typed? Glasgow? What did I type? I typed Glasgow. Oh, well that won't be the same.
I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
You're already pregnant at that point. Should you be drinking a coffee?
I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
There's definitely some music that happens here.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
More alibi. You think the time the watch stopped? What did he get hit by an EMP? Why that wouldn't stop a watch either? Did he get killed with his watch, like smashed? What makes a watch stop ticking immediately? You get thrown into something something the water would water stop a watch immediately? Or can it tick for a little while in water, particularly as it sinks?
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning. I got in the car and I drove.
Watch. 5 entries. Watch them all.
He was wearing a shirt. It's a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Okay.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding.
You could call it a shotgun wedding.
We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us. It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch.
What?
To make sure the alibi stuck. It happened very quickly.
Oh,
we hardly had to
there was a
talk to
ghost
each other.
image there.
We agreed almost.
You have to scrub backwards through it, like the first game? Or not first game, the more recent game? No?
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger.
Is this a confession?
Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Overlay.
It happened very
Not gonna happen
quickly.
again, huh?
We hardly had to talk to
I wonder if I missed any of those.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered.
Baby. Nope. Too generic. Well, I guess we watch.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Nice change. Post-shotgun wedding.
I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
8 months?
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. No, I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Aww. Hey, Xeroxia. How are you doing this fine Thursday? Hope you're having a good one. You just realized now you've been working for an hour and forgot to say hi. Well, hello. I hope you're having a good one. Good day. I will write down Simon's parents before I forget, and then hit play.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Ghost, or overlay is what I tagged it last time. Is any other day you haven't slept? Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone.
I'm doing pretty well.
Had this thought.
Moved threw out a bunch of someone else's stuff that was here.
She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff.
So hopefully I'll have space, because I want to clear out
about the baby.
The shit from the bed behind me.
There's some boxes
put
in
up
the
a
nursery stuff.
I think I mentioned it before, but I want to put up a.
I never had the heart to throw out.
Make it a Murphy bed so that someone could sleep in it if they wanted to, but then I'd have space to, you know, take more steps back. Maybe have a bigger green screen.
I went cold all over.
Maybe, I don't know, play games with a certain shitty plastic skateboard.
That's when I saw the
you know, all sorts of things you can do with a little more space.
Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and
it's a ghost. Piss off, ghost.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it. Yes.
Okay.
It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought...
58.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
I wonder what this looks like if I turn the filter off. Does the ghost just like pop up super clear? Tromboners with a like skateboard. Could be. Could be. Many such things become possible. What do I want to search? I wrote it down. Tell me about the nursery. Only that one. Tell me about Simon's parents. Okay, we've seen Simon's parents a lot. Maybe I need to uncapitalize it. No, inverted comma. What the hell is an inverted comma? This is not an inverted comma. That's what they want, though. Maybe.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Gotta let the ghost leave.
Yes.
Was Simon's parents said here, or did it search for Simon and parents?
Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time.
Her story.
We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but
How
it was another
to
year before we started sleeping there.
search. No, I want to know what type of quotes. I've tried every type of quote. It didn't seem to work the way that they've told me to. Guide for her story. Yes. No, I don't want to work through. I want to know the controls. Her story. Controls? Not really controls, though. Only 8 entries, though, for Simon and parents. I guess we'll watch the rest before I keep crying. Simon's parents.
Would be a good
Yeah.
idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
Staying with her.
Okay.
No, she's got the ring on.
I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
And so you'd already, this is after she supposedly saw the body? Oh, okay. If I remove quotes. Oh, we just leave Simon's. The same 8 entries, 61 entries. But we've been getting the same without this. And she didn't say Simon's parents in this clip at all.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Okay, double quotes does not work. I don't know how to search phrases. Clearly, it does not work. How to search phrase. Wait, the readme text I can go back to, right? Entire statement. Yes, I was there. Simon's parents is something that is said repeatedly, but if I put quotes, I get nothing? Why?
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until...
Simon's parents? But if I search for Simon's parents with quotes, which is supposed to bring up an exact match, it finds nothing. Remove the punctuation, that doesn't work. Add the wrong type of punctuation, that doesn't work. Add a comma for no reason. No, that doesn't work. Okay. Fucking busted. Okay. So I don't know how that's supposed to work if I can't actually search a phrase. I'm kind of at an impasse for things I could do. I guess we could go just search generic things again. Alibi. Oh, I already seen all of them. Or tagged them. Ghost. Nope, nothing for ghost. Went to get the hospital. Oh, didn't care about that punctuation.
Asked the hospital. I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital? I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow.
With some pretty aggressive music there.
You've spoken with the hospital? Asked the hospital. I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital?
When he was killed. he was killed with a period. Nope. So it doesn't work. Phrases don't work. Like, legitimately do not work. When he was killed. Killed.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Affair.
An affair? Simon wasn't having an affair.
No, because you're the same person.
You're reaching here. And I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone.
That's a contradiction. You said you pinched a little
Simon's
money here
dead.
and there to go on your trip to see Bob Dylan.
But I have my baby to care for. Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
That's a good turnaround. Why are you so obsessed? Oh, you cheated on your wife, so this is your thing? Well, fuck you, buddy. Cheated.
No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon. Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday.
You have the tattoo, so we confirmed that at least you two are the same person, though you don't have the
No,
tattoo, or is
I
it
have
covered
never
right
been
here?
Unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon.
How far down the arm is the tattoo? The tattoo would be visible, I think.
Simon? You asked that question yesterday.
So, yeah,
No,
the tattoo would be
I
visible.
have never been unfaithful.
Unless this is a fresh tattoo.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale.
Fairy tale again.
You do what you can.
We're gonna write down fairy tale. But also I wanted to check. No, it's gone.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't. No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon.
That's what was the other one I wanted.
Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday.
Yesterday. Oh, nope. Fairy tale.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. How many of these in colour?
Okay.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Prince has come up a couple of times now.
Fairy tales.
I don't get to see your
Stories
tattoo.
about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors, and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
OBS remote disconnected. Are we still live? We are still live. Try again, OBS remote. Are other wireless things still working? Yes. Mildly concerning.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors, and lost children.
Mirrors again.
So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Prince. Mirror. 5 clips for Prince. That sounds like a right term because we can only see 5 at a time.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember, well, I went over the river. And then there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably parked, well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
Found that presumably hospital real fast for you on the map.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed. I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
This is after Y2K. These were in 94. We don't really get what year this is set in, do we? Classic IRC hashtag GHAT channel GHAT makes me laugh. Does this say the year? That's not today. But it is, this game apparently takes place this year. So are we playing as the child? We're playing as her child?
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical.
Twins.
We were the princesses.
Twinsies.
We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic.
And Princess Diana's come up more than once now.
And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things. There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Also, Buddy really dug up a CRT screen, supposedly, for the way the game's set up to look at these old videos on. Couldn't find a nice VGA capable anything otherwise. An analog signal. I mean, you can get things that monitors that'll do that still, or converters. I want to search for mirror. 11 entries.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
What?
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Alright, let's search princess.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent.
Yes.
Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book, we had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Is that a sound?
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Huh. Okay. Well, what was the other one? Princess Diana. Nope. Princesses. Nope. Let's go back to mirror.
The mirror. I can't remember.
Princess Diana was in the
I put it somewhere safe.
attic.
Upstairs, I think.
Attic?
I haven't looked at it since. Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Someone who doesn't like to look at the reflection?
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Upstairs. An attic. We also forgot basement where the body was found.
It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in, Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't
we
see
saw
the
this
shoes
one.
in the shoe rack. I shouted
no.
out.
It's a different
I walked straight
outfit.
into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed.
So the
and sleep.
things, the text is the same. What she's saying is the same.
I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the
But
bed.
it was a
next to me.
different clip for
No one knew
sure.
Where I was and what had happened.
He was wearing a different shirt,
That's
I'm
when
pretty
Eric
sure.
called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor.
Who's Doug and Eleanor?
Said,
That's
"Come see
new.
you." That enough?
Doug.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road.
You guys gonna pop up? 'Cause I just want to see how to spell Eleanor.
Then I called Doug
You
and
late.
Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Okay. Attic. 12 entries. Though 4 are new.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's
Yeah,
kind
the
of
attic's been mentioned.
very
That dollhouse
castle.
been mentioned a lot.
We used to play out there and
Dollhouse.
make up our own stories. Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
long blonde hair from a doll is probably not human hair, unless it's a voodoo doll.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
I'm sorry, are you saying there's actually two of you and you lived in the attic of her house and everyone just pretended like you were the imaginary friend?
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse.
That dollhouse keeps coming up.
She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
So I wrote down dollhouse. I think we'll search hair. For the doll
I'm
hair.
not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there.
Very active imagination.
Passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate stories.
You gave them more fake paperwork.
A moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on.
Mothra attacked.
Noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Did I search Arabian Nights? Should I be searching Rapunzel? Okay, first of all, we're Rapunzel. That's not how you spell Rapunzel. No, it was how you spell it. And Arabian Nights. Not the song by Will Smith. Google. I just wanted you to spell check that for me. Piano music. Play again, see if we get a ghost.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic.
No? Oh, alright. Can I paste? I can. Go Arabian. Nope. Rapunzel. Rapunzel. It's an A, right? Rapunzel? Rapunzel, yes.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Not how that type of test works. I searched Princess Diana already. Did I search twins? Twins. Twinsies. Only 4.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question? Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
I mean, clearly.
Are you out of your mind? Twins? Are you out of your mind? Twins? Florence took me home
Our
with
character's
her.
shifting back and forward. Florence.
Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion. Florence took me home with her.
There were no lights the first time.
Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess
Florence.
she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Florence. Who's Florence? 5 clips. Important?
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah.
She did try to kill you.
Told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Oh, ghost. The ghost wasn't in the clip. That ghost was just on the monitor.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror.
Reflection has popped up more than once.
She was me.
The word they emphasized. So it is 2 of them.
Florence
confirmed.
was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also
Diaries come up
found
more
a
than
biscuit
once.
tin with other stuff.
Though I guess it's the same line of
Old
thought.
papers, letters, that kind of thing.
I can't tell if I'm making progress or not.
Her story wasn't there.
They said it. They said the
Whenever I
game's
spoke to her
name.
about it, I was far too young to really understand. I guess I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again.
What?
Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then.
No, people married
For
widows.
life, and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead.
Oh, maybe that could do
I
it.
don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Music coming in strong after that one. War widow.
Florence was a
Shit, there was something
warm,
else.
kind person,
Reflection.
but she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like
She have
could
any
marry.
children? I guess not.
Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. Honor the dead.
Honor the dead.
I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
First of all, war widow. Nope. Honor the dead. Nope. Diary. Oh, that got us some. And 5. This is probably important.
No.
One of these is.
Diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. Helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Music? You telling me to go back in?
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl.
Since I was a girl?
And when you're forced to put something into words, just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
I crushed this cup of tea, and I'm going to need a break to pay for it. First, I have more water. Damn it, bot. I keep thinking someone's actually talking, and you're not supposed to say anything unless someone's speaking.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother.
It was an accident. You burnt it?
And across the street.
Burned. Across the street is a phrase that's popped up more than once.
Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
Ah,
we had a list
same
of
page.
rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Which of them is pregnant, or are they both pregnant? To play one more time on that one since the music's going. And then I'm going to pop out for a quick bio break. Though I wish this would reconnect.
We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in
I wonder
any
if they
given
found the
situation.
diary. Simon did.
It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through
Excuse me.
those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations
Found
of future
diary.
events.
Second life.
Rules to walk our way through them.
Okay. Oh, come on. I believe in you, game. There we go. Or OBS. Did I tell you how happy I am that this game is actually about twin shenanigans and not... Presumably, all the evidence seems to suggest that is in fact 2 people. And twin shenanigans, and not someone who's mentally ill or pretending to be mentally ill. I feel a lot better talking shit about the character. Alright, what did I write down to search? I wrote down... did I search War Widow? I did. I didn't search Reflection. I typed Honor the Dead. I haven't searched Since I Was a Girl. I also typed out It Was an Accident, Burned, Across the Street, Same Page, Found Diary, and Second Life. Oh, it was an accident. That's not how you spell that. What? Where'd that T respawn from? There we go. Burned. Oh, Reflection I also have not searched.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand in the oven.
Huh. Across the street. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Cross. Street. 8 entries. We already looked at all those ones. Same page. Page. Was Dyer only 5? Okay, yeah, we don't need to search that. Second. 2 entries.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend.
The parents.
Well, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear. She went mad. Get dressed this instant. So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
So my initial thing of if they were just treating the second girl in the attic like an imaginary friend, or I think I said her other personality, but yeah, if the second person as the imaginary friend who also got blamed for an attempt to run away from home and go see Bob Dylan or travel with Bob Dylan, parents, you should question these things. This is that's not imaginary friend, maybe normal. Imaginary friend they talk to their entire lives, less normal. Imaginary friend convinces them to run away to live with Bob Dylan. I mean, that might be normal. Bob Dylan. Blaming the imaginary friend, also normal, but you should probably be like, no, you can't do that. The glare change positions? Did I move this around too much before? What else do I have written down? I wrote down... We did Gladstone, palindrome, symmetrical, Simon's Parents, nursery, fairy tale, mirror, twins, Princess Diana, Doug and Eleanor. Doug. A lot of clips with the name Doug.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Who are they?
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon.
Complicated.
Just been
That
the
could be a
two
good
of
word to
us. There's
search.
always been pressure.
Never been the two of us because there were three of you.
I hoover, I dust every week, maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people asked, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain...
Who's Doug and Eleanor,
vases,
unless these are
ornamental,
Simon's parents and you just
next to
stop
the
switching
Digest books.
you just started to say it
inside.
differently. You do not have a
And she
tattoo.
still
That's
has
very
it.
obvious
And
that one
last
of
time
you
I was there,
tattooed,
I
the other
looked
one
at a vase.
doesn't.
There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
I mean, that's kind of impressive because she would smell like cigarettes. I also was not super paying attention through all that one, so let's go with that again.
I hoover, I dust.
Eleanor.
Okay, I mean, when I was there, she every day, ran an ordered house. That generation is pretty brave. She has secrets.
Ornamental. Reader's Digest.
I mean, last time I was there, I mean, all those...
Secret. Secrets.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer.
Yeah.
It was a hot summer.
Okay, so that's Simon's parents, Doug and Eleanor.
So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful. No. 1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer.
Parents died.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just
died.
awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up.
Well, there's something in this one that made me think, and I did not write it down. Secrets.
Doug doesn't.
Secrets. Secrets. Like certs.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use.
The knock
We'd tap them
code.
out on radiator pipes or...
The knock code. App code is what showed up.
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Each letter is communicated by tapping two numbers. The first designated the row and the second, after a pause, designated the column. Okay. So the message that I wrote out, ST. Okay, so I'm going to need Morse. Morse code alphabet. I did S is 3. T is 1 long, so that would be 3 and 1. L? I have to go back to that video to find it. Did I save that video? I'm not gonna be able to convert. Alright, let's see if I can solve this one.
When we worked together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. We'd tap radiator pipes.
That was 1, 2.
Floor.
Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, 1. Two, 3. Three, 1. Why the fuck is there no pause in this, by the way? Or, like, easy way to drag? One, two, three, 1. One, 1, 2, 3. Three, 3, 1. One.
Dad thought we had mice. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find it.
Alright, well I have an odd set of numbers, so I missed something somewhere.
We couldn't find any.
Let's see if we could start to translate this and maybe get a message. So... One, 2 is B. B. 5, 4 is Y. 1, 5 is 3. By who? By 2. 2, 3 is H. It's by Hannah. Is Hannah dead by this point? Is this why she's got like the sniff at the end? She said she tapped out by Hannah. And then like sad sniffle at the end. Three is N, yeah. 1. The 3-1 is L. 1-1 is A. So I missed something here, and those ones are supposed to be paired together. That's a... Okay, yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say by Hannah. With 1 N.
When we weren't together, we'd said
By Hannah. By and bye. No? Was that one not? Did I not look at this Hannah one before?
yes. My name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry. Yes. My name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
And Smith. Oh. Smith. Oh. I didn't bring up anything. Aw. Did we do basement? That's not what they called it. Oh. Where's my list? What haven't I searched? Parents. Oh, we haven't seen this one.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then...
Which one of them had the miscarriage?
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this
Cat's
little
back again,
black
huh?
thing with white dots.
Cat.
I never did anything about the cat like that. If you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Cat. Cat coming up 2 different clips. 5 clips. Success?
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
You know, summer's come up a lot, but that seems very generic, but let's type summer. For later.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything.
Blonde has come up.
Have you looked at the cat flap?
Blonde.
We loved our cat, Domino.
Domino.
He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
And the parents are like, this is fine. The kid's writing coded messages to themselves. This is fine. Perfectly normal thing for your kid to do. Summer. Spring. Autumn. Fall? Winter. I don't know why I did that. Blonde. Do you have a guitar?
I think he spoke to Helen.
Who's Helen?
She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Helen and blondes. Okay.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player.
Guitar.
Okay. Probably needs tuning. No, it's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street.
We already tried street. We got some times.
Two sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and
Sisters.
the rain.
Or sister.
The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son.
Love triangle?
The wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one. All the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little.
And blonde hair's here again. Well, did I type blonde this time? I guess I did.
Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Watched her as she
Trying to drown the sister. That's a theme now.
wind and rain.
Or type drown to search later.
And she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
First of all, what's this? We're gonna type wind and rain. Oh, we did get another clip out of it. Okay.
Really? Okay. Here's the rest. Oh, they laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind
dry?
and the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the
He did what?
rain. Yes,
Why?
he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Oh, so were there more than 5?
Pegs of her finger bows. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bows.
I search finger bones? A different game. Oh, no. You can search finger.
But the only tune that the fiddle could play was "Oh, the wind and the rain." Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was "Oh, the dreadful
The evil fiddle. A possessed fiddle. Made of bone and people.
Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Evidence. We never did search evidence. I'm gonna type finger later.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
I guess we never... Music. Wait.
Rehearsed?
Did it say chit chat?
You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course
Did we
I
just
thought
have something
about
pop up on the desktop and I didn't notice it?
That's all I've thought about.
Hmm.
My husband is dead.
Hmm. SP, how's it going down there? You done? Maybe? What? Doesn't matter what buttons I press. Nah. Not a typing simulator? Huh. What was I gonna search? Husband. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, maybe we should have thought to type this sooner.
I've been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband. When you suspect someone of murdering their husband. When you suspect someone of murdering their husband. She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Oh, she's salty. Oh, okay.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
And so it's fine. And then she purses her lips. Oh yeah, she did not appreciate that her sister, in the character of her sister, was banging her husband. Though maybe that has been happening before, but in the character of her?
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I knew it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
Suspect.
Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect?
I mean, eliminate's not going to be important, but it's popped up a lot of times, so we're going to type eliminate.
That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in two places at once. This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions about me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
And I want to search for suspicious. Copy. I can't. Alright. Suspicious.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
They did not live alone. They lived with, presumably... Oh, the face she makes at the end.
They said it was food
she knows,
poisoning.
she suspects it was her sister.
There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe.
I would
Death
suspect
caps.
it was your sister.
They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone.
It looks away after they lived alone.
Had any reason to hurt them.
That look right there. Plunging the spoon down. Okay. Eliminate. Okay. Finger. Said fingerprint before, and finger bones. Finger bones. Bones? Bone. Fingerprint. Fingerprint, one word? I guess it would be one word. 5. Okay. Go.
Fingerprints.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. Were the fingerprints in all those places? Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible? Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Fucking do it. Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Fucking do it.
So they talk in different manners, maybe? Drown was the next thing on my list. Wind? No, it just brings up the song again. Drown. Sister. Oh.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face.
She knew it was his. Oh, hi. Hi, Ghost.
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
So if this one had the ghost pop up, do we get any more words out of this?
When she went home,
birthday tea.
Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant.
Hey. Tea. I searched pregnant already, I'm pretty sure.
Sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face.
Knew that instance. That instant. Huh. With lights that time, huh?
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back. My sister is gone. And she's never coming back. She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
That one had 2 clips. This one did. We're gonna add this to our session. Let's play it one more time.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had.
Wait, I didn't search the blonde girl's name. What was it? Domino. No, that's the cat. Helena.
The look on his face.
Okay, so that was sister, guitar, Helena. Nope. Domino. Nope. We did blonde, summer, and cat. Now we have birthday.
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that.
Okay.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present.
Meal, present.
I guess I didn't like the present.
Present. That present's popped up more than once now, which was a mirror.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up, and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then
Did I
came
search
home.
reflection yet?
The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument.
Search baby?
Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left. A week or so ago, it would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Blitz. Nope. Break fast. Meal.
Well, she has a knife.
Knife.
She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might...
He's ill. He might die. Meal. Her parents died. I'm going to search poison next. Poison. Okay. Okay. Poison. That doesn't look right. It's not how you spell poison. Did I? Brain? Is the I in the wrong spot? It ends with it's S-O, sun. Poison. Poison.
At the time they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
Knife.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but
Adventure.
I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
Okay. Did I do knife? I think I did knife. This is knife. Cooking. Cook.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric,
I never
his
searched
boss,
Eric.
and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really good cook, into her
Diane.
trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Yes? Fennel the spice? Yeah, yes. It's a weird question to anyone, I would think. That search a present? I need to mark these somehow.
years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Coffee. Coffee.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That's how you
Took
get
out a
killed.
present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier.
Ooh, yeah.
That.
Yeah.
unique
Yeah, that's how you
present.
get stabbed by your wife.
She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Oh. Alright, well.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back.
Cut.
She put on my
Throat.
wig, some of my clothes,
I don't think I searched wig.
pretended to be me.
I don't know if I searched pretend.
They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present.
Unique?
She went
We're dealing with
crazy,
twins? That's a good word.
smashed
Search.
the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Hey. Oh my gosh. Alright, we need to go. We need to copy reflection, so I know to search it later. We're going to work through the list I'm currently at. I searched Gladstone, Palindrome, Symmetrical, Simon's Parents, Nursery Fairy Tales, Mirror, Twins, Princess Diana, Doug. I have not searched Eleanor.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Oh.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Okay. We searched Dollhouse, Rapunzel. Florence? What did I type out Florence? Did I search Florence? Guess I don't. No.
No. It was just me and
Oh, that's
her.
the midwife.
It was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Parents died by Hannah. Yeah, so Hannah's dead, or gone otherwise. Cat, Summer, Blonde, Domino, Helena, Guitar, Sister, Drowned, Finger, Suspect, Eliminate, Suspicious. Birthday tea. I think I searched birthday. Birthday. Did I search tea? And coffee. Tea.
Could I have a cup of tea?
Okay.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar. Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
Birthday tea. Coffee. Ooh, is coffee important? We got 5 entries.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. I'm sweet enough as it is.
Yeah. And you're supposedly pregnant.
I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
And Tattoo, the one who's pregnant, is avoiding the caffeine.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Okay. There's many little bits and things. This is well put together. Well done. Instant. Good. I was gonna type. I knew this instant.
Yes.
You knew that instant.
The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back.
Reflection. We've inserted reflection.
It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements.
Okay. Meal, present, breakfast, knife, cooking, poison, adventure. Nope. We search Eleanor? I think we searched Eleanor. Yes. Well, we haven't done Eric.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
Okay.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences.
Conferences.
Diane.
Conference. Throat. That's not spelled right. Throat. Oh, we got a lot of new ones. This is probably important ones.
His body. Did not real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick
Glasses. Oh, he's a glass maker. Maybe I should glass. Well, not a glass maker, glazier of glazier of glass.
on his throat. How? Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, Saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood.
A lot of blood, or like Japanese anime levels of blood?
Yeah, he was dead.
Worse than that, he's dead, Jim. Oh, hi. You want me to play it again,
Like I said
Ghost?
before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut.
I need to find the other tap code one. Don't die. Oh, okay. Should be a one-sitting game, though. We gotta be getting closer to the end. Cut.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera.
Glasses. Camera.
But he needs them to see properly. You know, he has to read a newspaper or a menu.
Newspaper, menu, restaurant.
Not so much. Or watching TV.
TV showed up quite a few. Books. He likes TV. TV is very much liked by the people here. TV. Nope. Book. Nope. Men. These are ones I don't think are going to be anything, so I'm typing them out real fast. Restaurant. Meal we searched before. Camera. Camera was one that's probably nothing. You talking about the fact this is being recorded?
Just the one sugar. Thanks.
Oh, it's a cup of sugar.
Is that camera recording?
Huh. Yeah, nothing important.
Is that camera recording?
Same question, 2 different days. He's a tattoo, she does not. Recording. Record.
Okay. I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records?
Blood. Blood pops up a lot because of the murder, and I never thought to search blood, but I imagine it's not important. Oh. Or we get 5 entries, and it's very important. I also did not continue down the list I had planned.
Happened to me before. The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Blood is the worst thing?
Nothing like this has ever happened to me before.
2 dead parents.
Blood.
Dead husband.
It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Blood is the worst thing that happened to you? Your sister?
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. I mean, worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner
Cellar?
in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral.
Coroner and funeral are probably good things. Cremation.
So
So what was that? Cellar. Coroner. Funeral. Cremation.
She was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
Well. Yeah.
She was sat
I guess this one was
behind him.
important. We got the
She had my
ghost
wig on.
and the police sirens at once
And she'd been
Not-
there all day.
by going into the clip twice. So let's see what else we go in here twice.
And she had blood on her.
I guess we'll search shock before I start searching some of these other things. My list keeps growing and I still haven't gotten to
She was
reflection.
in shock.
Or Eric. Or Diana. First of all, we're gonna go cremation.
Yes, it was a cremation for the best. We both wore black and had veils, so it was easy. And after the funeral, everyone came back to the house. Hannah served up sandwiches, and I stayed out of sight.
Funeral. No. The coroner. Nope. Cellar. Oh, that's where the murder happened? That's probably actually important. Let's search Eric first. And Diane. Oh, the guitar is back.
Sam and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing.
Did I search
It goes
guitar?
so
Did I search
well.
guitar?
Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane. Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
I should probably search kids. I think I searched baby, but maybe baby again. Did I search I'd search Did I search miscarriage? Maybe? Baby, pregnant, miscarriage, birth. Those are all good words. Diane, that's Diane and Eric done. We did coffee. We did cut and throat, I believe. Throat was only 5. Less than 5. Wig. Them's all new. My wig. So these are the confession ones. And they show up here, so this is fine.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
Nervous tapping intensifies.
I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig? No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig.
Ah.
Hannah and I would meet up in the park.
But how did you,
I was
like...
trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers.
Oh.
Drug guys I'd met.
Wow, okay. Just to match your sister.
I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was
Oh boy.
treat us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier.
CD will do that.
I had a hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
That's when you killed your parents?
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved. This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off.
Yeah, okay.
We grew tired of fighting and I left.
Killed parents. How many popped up for poison? Was it more than 5? Only 2. Mushroom. There's an H in mushroom.
The thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen, you can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place
Right.
we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours. I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time.
I want to know who killed your
I was
parents.
depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Did you do it? I don't think
I
so.
was living in the attic.
I can't say though. I
Was
feel
it
one
very
of you did it, but I don't know which one. You're
was
more
depressed.
incensed and already telling the
Was
truth.
still pretty
But I guess
sick
this
of the
truth
STD.
doesn't is that your sister killed her husband and not you killed the husband.
They were in bed and
But don't
both had been sick.
know if I don't think
Try not-
Eve
not.
did it if she's supposedly as sick as she said.
Slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. Dad said it
Thrown up. Thrown. Nope. Alright, back to my list. I got sidetracked. We got to wig. Pretend.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
So that's actually Eve.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird, in a way it hadn't been before.
Yeah, when they started to be their own people. Unique. That was a while ago. That was about the mirrors. Conference. Oh. No 3 in conference. Okay. Reflection.
I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl.
Combine. Fusion. Fuse. You didn't
The
dance
fairy tale
right.
was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Witch. Witch has shown up many times. You should search witch.
I wanted to see my reflection.
Witch. Nope. It's on my list. Glass. No, glass is on the list first, so I guess we'll search glasses first.
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it. By hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. That's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror, and he gave it to me.
Huh. Glass. May. Eyeglasses. Wear glasses. Silver? Nope. Otherwise we have cellar, which is we're gonna get something here. Or I've seen it all. Okay? Kid.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
And she's salty because she has none. Child. Children.
You have children?
That's how you get caught. You keep asking these same questions. Small talk. It's all about that small talk. Baby. Nope. I'm pretty sure Shirt's pregnant already. Yeah. Birth. And miscarriage.
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
We're gonna type dead bed, and also fuck. That seems to be used a lot, talking about their death.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Infertile. Complication.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again.
Oh, psycho.
But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then...
Aligned. Okay. Complication. Infertile.
I think it was that time, the first time, at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice.
One and done twice with the same genes.
I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him.
It didn't transfer over. What do you know?
Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
Until she forgot who the father was.
I think it was that time, the first time, at the house, in his bed.
I think I searched affair. I definitely did. Yeah, so what words do I still have left? Dead. Really never searched dead.
That's all that matters, really. The baby. Simon's dead, but the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby.
Genetically, yes. Dead. Bed. Bed.
I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have 2 pillows and he just has 1.
And then we had dead bed oh, fuck.
No, I'm okay. Fuck. Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off. Open this door.
Door. Oh. Two clips for door.
Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen and the chair slipped and I kind of hit the door with my face. I mean, it hurt like hell.
Yeah, you walked into a door, did
I
you?
had to let myself in. The door locks if it swings too.
Lock.
Yes. I always pull it shut and then lock the bigger lock with the key.
Okay. Oh, that's all new. All right, let's go with my other thoughts. Nope, just sex. Let's go.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private? Are you married? How is your sex life? So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
So, not great?
No, you're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys. No, I was 15. Carl was older.
Carl? Who's Carl?
17, I think.
Carl.
I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once.
Drunken.
Stupid.
Church. I need more words.
He got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know?
Yeah, your sister, you're very...
Family.
Yes, I search family. That's a good advice. Family. You don't have friends.
Yeah.
You got family.
I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then.
I should search Bruce.
I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Bruce.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Bruce. Oh yeah, that's some new ones.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes
Wrong
and goes.
hand, wrong side.
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen.
I haven't searched anything about the police.
Body. If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Hell's nits. Nits. Z's. Head lice. Okay. You live together, that's more so it.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush.
Crush.
I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth,
What?
a graze.
I mean, I guess not.
We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Okay. What did I get? Crush. Church. Drunk. And they say Carl's girlfriend's name? Carl.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
15 has been said a few times. Should I type 15 in after this?
No, I was 15. Carl was older.
They say Carl's girlfriend's name here. That's
Differences? She's a bit. She had after Hannah couldn't. Hannah boy. Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Ouija board.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. The Ouija board had said to hold back.
Okay.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules.
Rules. The rules have come up a couple of
She wanted
times.
to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
What else did the Ouija board tell you to do? Ooh.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She
Princess
died in a
Grace,
car crash
Grace
the year
Kelly.
Before we met Simon. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic. Behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
So, Grace? Princess Grace? Kelly? Okay. Magic? Dream? Nope, nope, and nope. I'm running low on ideas here. Is there any that I missed? We did Dream, Magic, Grace Kelly, Ouija, Carl, Drunken Church, Bruise, Crush, Line, Complication, Fertile Fuck, Bad Dead, Kid, Baby, Pregnant, Miscarriage, Birth, Cremation, Funeral, Corner. Yeah, we went through this whole list. We did Conference? Conference was in Oxford, which I'm pretty sure we did. You drove a car? I mean, that was the most generic thing, and we got entries for it, so sure.
I wasn't in the house all of
I'm going to search
Friday
house next, and days of the week.
night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car. I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And Excuse me. Is there a bin?
I already typed throw up, so that we're not gonna get any more out of that.
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted.
Road. I think so. Slept.
I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
House. Oh, a lot of them.
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
House. Phone.
He has a wallet, a huge
Wallet?
thing.
I've heard about the wallet a few times.
Real leather, I think.
Wallets.
He packs it full of stuff.
Leather.
Business cards, receipts.
He's George. He's got the George wallet.
Always carries it
Ready
in his
to
back pocket.
twist his
That's why he's
spine.
got a bad back. No.
Bad back. There you go.
I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house.
Oh, I should probably maybe pocket.
I wasn't in the house.
Oh, shard was the murder weapon, right? A shard of mirror. Piece. sharp slash pocket leather wallet phone. Oh, and I don't know then. Chit-chat. Can I do anything now? Yes? Do you think you understand why your mother did what she did? So I guess that we're playing the kid. Yes. While your mother did what she did. Why, Hannah? But wait. Oh. Huh. Okay. We got a lot of clips, but we missed a lot still. But we got enough to get an ending? Or could we have done that as soon as we got the chat pop-up? Was the game actually technically done when I got the chat pop-up? And it said I could dial. I mean, much like Immortality, I'm not going to go through and get all of the clips because that's a lot of time and a lot of guessing. I already guessed everything I could think of. Well, I don't know if any raid calls were submitted today. So they were to go with the default. You have to look to see who is live. It's almost 11:30. A little later than I normally would be, but I started quite late myself. Oh, Steve is live. We'll raid into Steve. Dynamite D20. And I need to use the washroom again. So while this is playing out, I will be right back. Normally I wouldn't walk away from the credits, but I really gotta go.